Hey, John.
Hey there, John. Wow, that's funny.
Appreciate you taking the time joining us today. And for those of you who are joining in, thanks for taking the time to listen to Talking Tech with TruPoint. Today's guest is John Gonzalez from Wireless Watchdogs. Appreciate you taking the time this morning. Uh, John, tell me, obviously Wireless Watchdogs. Give me a 2-minute high level on who you guys are as a company.
Yeah. So we sell watches for dogs. You got to buy four at a time. No, I'm just kidding. Wireless watchdogs, for the last 24-ish years, one of the pioneers in managing mobile devices, right? So we'll consider us an MSP for mobility. So we're here to manage mobile devices, cradle to the grave, soup to nuts, right? Everything from ordering, provisioning, from the onboarding side of things to the offboarding of devices, while saving them all time and money.
When you say mobile devices, you're talking about cell phones, or are you guys talking about IoT devices, iPads, the entire gamut?
No, great question. So it's anything, any device that shows up on the cell phone carrier bill, like Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, in Canada, the Canadian carriers as well. So smartphones, tablets, machine to machine, IoT. So anything that's showing up on that carrier cell phone bill.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you've been at Wireless Watchdogs for quite a while. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, sure. So I actually started in the entertainment industry. Wireless Watchdogs, we used to rent cell phones and walkie-talkies to the studios.
Okay.
And it was a niche business because most studios and production companies, they only need the devices maybe 2 weeks for a pilot, maybe 2 to 3 months for a feature film. So that's how Wireless Watchdog started. Our job was to sign the agreements with the carriers, and our job was to buy airtime at the absolute lowest cost. That way we can rent the devices out for a profit. Okay. So every single month, those devices, that bill came to us. We had to make sure that we were optimizing the accounts, right? Making sure that we're making a little bit of profit there. Hence, how Wireless Watchdog started. The owner said, imagine how many companies out there are just getting the bill, as long as it's 10 grand, it was like 10 grand last month, let's just pay it. The only time they took a look at it, if it jumped to 11,000, maybe 15,000, then they're
Sure.
scratching their head trying to figure out what happened, not knowing the whole time if it was optimized correctly. That 10,000 maybe should have been 5,000 or 6,000 a month. So hence that's how Wireless Watchdog started and really showing companies how to cut cost or create a revenue stream out of a current expense without switching their carrier, without disrupting their service, without spending any additional money. So that's kind of how we got to going. And then in 2008, what we were able to do is we started going corporate, right? We started going and reaching out to all the enterprises out there. Anybody that had over 100 mobile devices, we were giving them a complimentary analysis to show them the facts. Because everybody was looking for ways to cut cost.
Sure.
We can do it by their next billing cycle without displacing anything. So there was found money. Right?
So you mentioned, you were working with companies over 100 phone lines. So what is really, an ideal client for you guys?
An ideal client is any vertical. I mean, we carry these mobile devices everywhere we go. Business, it's a mobile first world nowadays. So anything over 100 mobile devices, corporate mobile devices, we're able to manage. We also manage BYOD, bring your own device. Now, on the BYOD side, we're able to manage the MDM, which is software. Think of Microsoft Intune, VMware, Workspace ONE. These are all policy enforcement tools that are needed for ease of deployment of the devices, right? To make sure that all corporate information is locked down, and that they're under compliance, right? For HIPAA compliance, FINRA compliance, and cyber insurance. So it's any company that has over 100 devices. We show them a way to cut costs through a complementary analysis that takes about, I don't know, 7 to 10 minutes to gather. And right there, that's about 80% of the close because when customers and clients see how much money we're taking away from the cell phone carriers, paying for our service, and putting that money, extra money back at the bottom line. And oh, by the way, how many people do you have managing those devices? We have Timmy in IT. We got Becky in procurement. We got Rob in finance. So now what we've done is we've put together a process, entire life cycle management, cradle to the grave, from onboarding to offboarding the devices. It's very, very, very sensitive nowadays due to cyber. And if devices are not locked down correctly, and that is an entry point for a cyber incident, you better believe the cyber insurance is going to not pay that claim out. So it's all about making sure those devices are well managed. A lot of times what we see when we offer these complementary analysis, unused devices. Companies are just sitting on devices and they're ordering brand new devices, right? One, where are they? Right? Are they in a drawer? Right? These people still working for you. So it gets into one of those high level educations to show them exactly how much money's on the table, how we're going to save them time, how we're going to give them efficiency, control, accountability, and that from there, right, how much money's going back to the bottom line by their next billing cycle. So it's immediate ROI.
Yeah, I guess a lot to unpack there. So, first of all, the story you told with those couple of individuals who are managing the entire cellular account for the business, very typical. We run into that all the time with our clients.
Mhm.
So how do you help augment that team?
Sure. So what we're able to do is we actually meet with them, right, when we do the presentation and we look at the processes. Now, we manage over 1.5 million mobile devices per month. So we know the ins and outs of the carriers. We know the processes. We know the back end systems. So what we're able to do is instead of, finance trying to optimize the bill, we're taking that on, right? We're actually proactively going into the accounts, downloading unbilled usage, right? Because we have the APIs and the systems on the back end to be able to optimize their accounts before their bill cuts. That generates huge savings. Then it becomes about cost avoidance. Now, on the other hand, executives are looking for productivity reports, right? Why is the usage the way it is? Some companies are very strict on how they use their devices. So we're able to give them these high-level analytics at the click of a button to show them who's doing what, where, when, and how, right? Why do you have all these devices, right? Third-party charges that are showing up on their bill, the time that they're spending, they're trying to innovate, trying to keep the business secure. And here comes Bob and Billy. Hey, my phone's not working. It's not sliding to the left. Hey, I just got this new device. Can you walk me through how to use it? Hey, my security software is not loading here. All these time tedious things that come to IT, right? With them getting pulled away from their core initiatives between chit chat and calling the carriers, there goes about an hour of their time. That goes away, that comes to us. Anything that's not financially impacting, we're helping the end user with. And then we're providing reports to show them how many help desk tickets we're doing. What are the typical help desk requests? What are the time to resolution? So not only from the hard dollar savings, now from a labor efficiency, control accountability, process-driven partnership, they can see how much time and efficiency we're bringing. Okay. Now, so now we become an extension of IT at the expense of the carriers through the bill reductions we're helping realize. So not only getting savings, they're getting additional labor, they're getting experts, right? They're being led, right? As we see others in the industry. So if they have, you know, the same amount of devices with the same carrier, and they're in the same industry as one of our other clients, and our other clients are getting more love that we've helped out with, we're going to bring that over to them, right? Because they deserve it and they should be there. So we're there to really watch after their monies of our own and really provide the tool set and the labor efficiency, the accountability around a well-driven mobility program.
So I'm hearing you save actual dollars, so you're saving money, you're
Yeah.
saving time and labor efficiencies and the actual, time that you're taking off of the IT team supporting those devices, and then frustration savings in, just the experience that you guys have. Um, Very attractive. So I learned something new from your comment earlier too. I didn't realize you guys can work with BYOD. I always thought it was a situation where, the company had to be providing the corporate cell phone plan. So let's say I'm a business and I've got, 100 cell phones, but everyone has their own cell phone. Now you guys will actually provide the mobile device management software and manage it for us, or am I providing my software? How does that work?
A very, very good, very good question. So we're a bring your own MDM, right? So if they don't have it, we will help them, right? We'll do a discovery call. We'll understand their business needs. Are they under HIPAA compliance, FINRA compliance? Because those fines, if devices are not covered with MDM, some of those fees, and I have a laundry list of actually companies that have been hit pretty hard. in healthcare,
Hmm.
not having those devices locked down, right? Those devices need to lock down. So on the BYOD side, we're not going to be able to do the expense management because we're not going to ask each individual employee to give us their bills. But from a security standpoint, these devices are accessing corporate information. So those devices need to be locked down. So a lot of things that happen is companies have MDM. They get it because you know what? We need it. They use it to push out an app, maybe remote wipe a device, and that's about it.
Hmm.
Not knowing how much more functionalities that MDM system can do for them. We can disable cameras. Hey, from 8 to 5, we only want corporate information on this device. At 5:01, let's pull that off, right? Oh, hey, by the way, this device is out of compliance, right? So we're giving reports, we're reporting back, and then we're also doing all the ongoing support, patching of all those devices. So BYOD environments, hybrid environments that have corporate and BYOD or corporate only. So yes, there is an opportunity there on the BYOD, not on the savings side. The savings is going to come from the time and locking the devices down so they don't get hit, right, with huge whatever ransomware and stuff like that. It's not
Sure.
saying that it's perfect. It's not going to happen because it's not a matter of when, but if or when. But it's really about really locking those devices down for compliance because the minimum violation on a mobile device through HIPAA, if it's found out of compliance, is $75,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot of reasons to have you guys limit the exposure.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
obviously HIPAA in the healthcare space is got to be a good market for you. Any other industries that just particularly stand out?
Well, healthcare and construction, fleet management, but it's really in reality, it's every company has mobile devices,
Sure.
right? Everybody has them. So that vertical, it's, oh, by the way, how many devices you guys have?
Mm.
We got about, 100. Oh, okay. What carrier you guys with? Oh, we have Verizon, or we have two carriers. That's another huge benefit for the IT team because a lot of our clients, a lot of potential clients as well, have multiple carriers due to coverage reasons. Hey, maybe it was already set up when they got there, but they're dealing with different carriers. So let's say they're with Verizon and with AT&T. They're going to Verizon, they got a whole, portal and reports, and they go to AT&T, the hurry up and wait website that has all these other reports. With our system, we have one unified portal that unifies all their carriers for ordering, for provisioning, for inventory management, accountability, cost centers, finance, allocating cost. So this becomes a huge benefit, not only to the IT team, but now to finance, because we're actually taking all finances identifiers, cost centers, GL codes, divisions, and we're allocating cost to each division so they pay their fair share. It's not fair for one division to subsidize another. Okay, after all, they're all part of a pool. But if maintenance has a ton of equipment costs, they're going to town with data, they have third-party charges, that's all specific to the department, they should be billed for it. So we're allocating cost to make sure that we provide that to AP so they can upload into the general ledger and be done. A lot of times finances are the ones that come in and sell it because they're like, you know how much time it takes us to do this? You guys can just do it every single month. We give you the cost centers, we upload them all, and you guys provide the reports. Yes.
And this is all under a single pane of glass.
All single payments.
Yeah, single pane of glass portfolio or
Mhm.
platform, I guess. Um, so we work with other telecom expense management providers, right? I know you guys are very specific to the wireless space. What are four key differentiators for you versus the competitors that you have in the market?
Well, there's no need to switch your cell phone carrier, right? We're not waiting for contracts to expire. We are not aggregators to where you have to swap out equipment and SIM cards in order to jump over and use that system. Very clean. All we're doing is becoming an extension of IT, kind of like they hired us to work for ABC Company. We're setting up a hypothetical desk next to them, and everything related to mobility they don't want to deal with comes to us, right? That is one. Complementary assessment. Anything over 100 devices, we're going to do a complimentary assessment, provide you exactly how much money's on the table, where the money's coming from, all these reports and actionable analytics on steroids to show you really what's going on with these devices from a productivity standpoint. We're not here to tell you guys how to use your devices. We're just here to give those high-level analytics because these are business tools. So we're there to provide that. And then we actually also offer a savings guarantee. So once we get the analysis going, which takes, again, a couple minutes to get us the bills, it's 3 months of bills and a device report. It'll take us about 5 to 7 business days to turn that around. And when we turn that around, we're going to show the client exactly how much money's on the table, where all the money's coming from. Again, all the efficiencies, the labor offset, the portal with their data. And at the very end of that, right, when we present and they decide to move forward, we use that analysis as a baseline. At the end of 12 months, we run another analysis. And for any reason, if we've charged them more than what we've saved them, forget about all the efficiency, the control, accountability. If we charge them more than what we've saved them, we take out our checkbook and we cut them back the difference. Now, we've never had to do that in the 23, 24 years we've been doing it. And you would think at the end of 12 months, clients would say, hey, I want to see. I want to see if you've saved me more than what you've charged me. We don't get those calls, right? They see it immediately, right? If we suck, why would you want to stay with us? The short agreement. You know what I mean? You got 60 days to get out of it before it auto renews. But guess what? It's one of those things that nobody wants this back on their plate. It's getting more smarter, right? It's getting more scarier with all the cybersecurity. You need experts to manage this. Because if you're going to give it to Betty in accounting, she does a great job, the best that she can do, but doesn't have the tools to get it done. And guess what? That bill comes out every 30 days. There's new devices, new features, new discounts. Who's telling you that? Not the rep, right?
Right.
Sometimes it's like asking a fox to watch a hen house. And then the other differentiator is we truly build, manage, streamline MDM environments. So if they already have MDM, going back to your point, if they already have MDM, a lot of times it's not streamlined, right? So
Right.
we get in there, we learn their business, we streamline. If they don't have an MDM, the first question we're going to ask is, are you a Microsoft shop? Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
we are. Okay. Do you guys have the Business Premier, the E3 or E5 licensing? Oh, we have E3. Oh, well, no need to look further because you already have Intune, which is MDM, right? So that's the kind of education, inside baseball knowledge that we come. Now, if they're not in a Microsoft shop and they're looking for, whether it's MOS 360, I'm just throwing out names. These are MDM providers, mobile device management software.
Sure.
We will help them, structure, build policy, and then say, okay, based on your business needs, here are the MDMs that would fit you. And then from there, right, help, uh, you know, negotiate with the MDM providers if we need to do that. But we're not selling licenses or anything like that. We're just managing, streamlining, and keep them in compliance on an ongoing basis. So those,
That's something we do run into fairly frequently, John, is we'll have customers who have, Microsoft 365, Office 365, and they are trying to figure out how they're going to deploy Intune, specifically with BYOD environments, right? So what you guys will do is you'll actually come in, you'll help them set up the configuration, the initial configuration, develop the policy, and then deploy that across all the devices.
absolutely.
All right. And then you guys will provide the ongoing management with that as well.
That's correct.
Generally, and I don't want to get into numbers here, but it's a per user cost, correct?
Yes. So it's per device per month. So again, an MSP for mobility. There's a lot of competitors out there that are doing great, but some of them are they do contingency. Like, okay, I saved you 10 grand, I'm gonna keep 5 grand, right? And every single month they take that every single month, but it comes an issue with procurement, purchasing, finance, because it's like, wait a minute, why you why'd you say you saved me $5,000? It's the same $5,000. Oh, by the way, we canceled those devices. Why are you claiming those as savings? It's very clean for us. Managed service provider. We charge per device per month. Now, the amount of money that we save, right? The amount that we're charging is far less than the money that we're saving. So I found 20 bucks. Let me keep five. You pocket 15. Oh, and by the way, let me take this off your plate.
Makes total sense. For customers that are interested in optimizing their environments, I know you said the data collection process is a couple of months of bills. You can probably pull that out of an online portal pretty
Yep.
quickly and easily, right?
Right.
Um, how long does it take before they start to realize savings? And then a second question is, what is the typical savings
Yeah.
percentage?
Great. Yeah. So savings hit by their next billing cycle. The carriers every single month. So let's say your bill starts on the first of the month and it ends on the second of the month. If we get the buy-in 10 days before the cycle, that savings, let's say it's right now it's November 14th and their cycle closes on the 1st of December. If we have 10 days prior to that, we can implement those savings and that savings hit that month. So our first goal is to drive savings. Okay. The second piece is the onboarding is very quick. Um, we're talking about immediately. All the client needs to do is once they decide to move forward, we send them a pre-filled out template to send to the carriers to get us authorized. Once we're authorized, we start driving savings. We also then meet with them to discuss policy, like, hey, what devices are you allowing? Hey, did you know that this is a lot cheaper to do it this way? So we guide them, right? We give them that inside baseball knowledge on every vertical. Contracts. Okay, we're really good at negotiating contracts. Device purchasing programs. So we're not just talking about just the optimum, we're talking about the entire cycle, right? From equipment to recycling. So when they go to get a new piece of equipment or do an upgrade, and we're not going to repurpose that device there for somebody else, we send out a shipping label to get the device back. Once it gets back, we wipe the device clean, depending on the condition. It's put into a bracket. Whatever money comes for that goes directly back to your client. So we're creating a revenue stream out of old equipment. So it's very quick ROI, right? And then it becomes about cost avoidance. Typical savings are anywhere between 15 to 40%. I like to put it in dollar amounts, like 10 to 20 bucks a line. So if you have a client with 100 devices, yeah, it's about 1,000 to 2,000 or 12 to $24,000 of found money. 1,000 devices, even more, right? 10 to 20,000 a month. I just ran an analysis and presented on last Friday. Yeah, where we're spending $98,000 a month. And the CIO in the beginning was telling the partner, like, hey, Verizon says that I get a better deal than Walmart. Okay. And to the partner's like, look, it's just a check and balance. What if it takes a couple minutes?
Risk free.
$98,000. All right. Out of those $98,000, that partner was able to fund a cybersecurity initiative for that client. So this is about finding budget, right? Without displacing, waiting for contracts to expire, and giving accountability and control to an overstretched IT department that just doesn't have time.
And I think that's really the key here. And the success that we've had with your organization is finding dollars that we can then repurpose for other areas of the IT budget that are either having trouble getting approval for funding or initiatives that they want to. I mean, everybody's talking about AI right now. They all have AI projects they'd love to be able to work on. This frees up funds for you to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
I want to reiterate that question because I think it's an important piece. So the average savings you're seeing with a customer is what percentage and what does that mean per month?
It's about 15 to 40%, depending on how it is. And I like to, typically dollar amounts, it's easier, about 10 to $20, collectively per device. Now we're going to analyze it as a whole, but typically it's easier to say it that way because hey, oh, by the way, how many devices you got? Oh, we got about 1,000. Oh, okay. What if I can show you a way? And then you throw out the objections without switching your carrier, without disrupting your service, without spending any additional money, a way to cut costs by about 10 to 20 bucks per device, right? Give you some tools, right, to help streamline and make sure that you have full control, accountability, and labor efficiencies. And it takes about 7 to 10 minutes to run the analysis. So you'd be interested, right? 9 times out of 10 is like, dude, what's the catch? Like, come on, yeah, I'm interested. Well, the catch is you just got to show up to a call. That's
Yeah.
it. And at the end of it, you can say, you know what? This has been very informative. Where you've been my whole life, John. Like, or you know what? This has been very informative, very educational. We learned some things about our account we didn't know about, but no, thank you. So the partner still looks like a hero, even if they don't move forward. But we have an 87% close ratio. So you know, the only time that we don't get people to move forward is just they think the savings are too good to be true. It's like, and it's the best thing is we don't start charging until they see the savings hit, they're fully implemented, and the implementation by month 2, right? They're already onboarded. By month 3, partners are already, there's already that started, right? That stream has started for the partners.
Yep.
That's very quick.
So where do you see this industry going?
Uh, There's a lot of talk about, well, how much optimization can still be done, John? Everybody's on unlimited. Oh, okay. Which one? Huh? Which one? Did you know there's
Unlimited plan. So there's
seven to
multiple
eight,
unlimited plans.
7 to 8 different unlimited plans. There's different ways to buy. So there's inside baseball knowledge, like I talk about. The carriers have over 210 different rate plans in the back end. Okay. These are already available to them, right? These are the plans that the Verizon rep says, hey, AT&T just came into my client. They're going to save them 20% more. Help me out. And they come back to the client. I can give you this. I can give you that. That's already there for them, right? That's where we come in and make sure that they're at the lowest cost option every single month based on how the devices are being used. So when it comes to, unlimited, there's a $75 one, there's a 45, there's a 35, there's a 30, and there's also $10 tablet plans instead of $40 tablet plans. And things that, again, asking a Fox to watch a hen house, the carriers are going to make sure that you're at that highest cost. And that's where we come in. We keep them honest. So there is a love-hate relationship. Oh, when they hear that Wireless Watchdogs is involved, it's like, oh, great. There we go. We're going to start cutting costs. But we're also a great retention mechanism because if the client's paying what they should be paying, they're getting the support they should be getting, they're not thinking of leaving, you know?
Yeah, I'd assume you find opportunities to grow those accounts for the providers as well.
Yes. Oh, great point. We have reps that bring us accounts that, hey, I'm having trouble with this account, guys. Can you help them out?
Yeah, yeah, makes total sense.
Yeah.
Anything you feel like we didn't cover today? I know you will help customers that are deploying new handsets. So you guys will do the kitting and the management and all of that on the front end for the customer as well, correct?
Yeah, so it's full life cycle management. It starts with policy. Okay. Mobile policy is the rule book around a well-managed mobility program. If there is no policy, the only winners are the carriers. And you have a lot of millennials coming into to the workspace and clicking and playing, doing all this other stuff. So policy is first. A lot of times when I talk policy, the CIOs are stopping me right there. I didn't get a chance to present. Like, wait a minute, you guys have policy. Yes. And we update that every quarter. We've built this policy for some of our global fortune clients, some of the states we manage. We pass this to you so you can add and remove as much as you want. And then your dedicated service delivery manager every quarter will update you with the latest and greatest. Contract negotiations, expertise, and then starts from cradle to the grave, ordering devices, provisioning devices, getting them set up through security, expense management, to where we're optimizing their accounts proactively every month. All the insights and analytics to show them who's doing what, where, when, and how with their devices, all the way to the device recovery. And then that includes unlimited support.
John, I really appreciate you taking the time. I mean, I learned a lot more about your product. Obviously, we've had good success with Wireless Watchdogs over the years, but I think learn some more today that will help us talk to more customers about your service. So keep doing the good work out there.
Oh, thanks, man. And remember, it's just an oh, by the way. Oh, by the way, how many devices you guys have? You know, so
Oh, by the way, let me put some money in the back in the budget for you to fund other projects. That's
there you
that's
go.
my
Get a
favorite part
contract.
about this
Get a
this
contract.
solution. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, for those of you who are tuning in, thank you for watching TruPoint's Talking Tech with Wireless Watchdogs. Again, if you enjoyed what you saw today, please tune in once a month. We do a different provider spotlight, and always like and share on our page here. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.